The rain had fallen through the night. The streets of Aluu glistened with puddles as four friends walked quietly toward the off-campus settlement. Ugo, Takena, Lloyd, and Chidi spoke about their plans for the day. They carried nothing but their phones and their trust in each other. A small argument had occurred the night before between Ugo and a debtor who owed him money. The friends believed it would be a simple conversation to retrieve it. None of them sensed danger. Their path led them into a narrow lane. A few men stood outside a compound, looking suspiciously at the boys. News of recent thefts in the area had kept the community on edge. The mood was already tense. Before the four could explain themselves, one of the men shouted. He claimed they were thieves. Others joined in. In seconds, suspicion became accusation, and accusation became certainty. The boys froze. They tried to explain. No one listened. The alarm spread fast. Within minutes, a crowd formed. People emerged from houses, shops, and street corners. Some carried sticks. Others carried stones. Fear and anger mixed into a dangerous force. The boys pleaded. Some cried. Some knelt. But mob rage does not hear voices. It only hears itself. Phones came out. Someone recorded. Another shouted for gasoline. Another demanded they confess. The boys said the same words again and again. We are not thieves, but their voices were swallowed by the noise. At the edge of the crowd stood a young man named Kalichi. He recognized Ugo from school. He knew the boys were innocent. For a moment, he stepped forward. He tried to speak. The mob silenced him. A heavy hand pulled him back. Someone warned him not to defend criminals. Fear pushed him into silence. Kalichi later said that this moment would haunt him forever. A local vigilante arrived. Instead of calming the situation, he joined the accusation. His presence gave the crowd confidence. He repeated the claim that the boys came to rob. The crowd nodded. Anger turned into permission. The boys were forced to the ground. The beating began. No escape, no justice, no chance to speak. For a brief second, Lloyd lifted his head and looked at the crowd. His eyes held confusion, pain, and disbelief. It was the look of a young man who did not understand how quickly a lie had become a death sentence. Smoke rose as flames caught the tires placed around them. Screams filled the air. Some people filmed. Some watched in silence. Others walked away because they could not bear to look. The friends held on to each other. Even in their last moments, they stayed together. Their bond, once built on laughter and campus life, ended in tragedy under the weight of a mob. When silence finally returned, the crowd dispersed. Only ashes and regret remained. By afternoon, the news spread across Port Harcourt, across Nigeria, across the world. The videos caused outrage. Students cried. Families collapsed. The nation asked the same question. How could this have happened? Investigations began. Arrests were made. Court cases followed. But no sentence could return the boys whose dreams ended on a muddy street. Kalichi visited the site weeks later. He stood alone. The marks on the ground were still visible. He whispered an apology to the boys he could not save. He later became one of the strongest voices speaking against mob justice. His guilt turned into purpose. The tragedy of the Aluu Four became a reminder of how rumors can kill, how silence becomes complicity, and how justice must never be left to fear or anger. The Aluu Four were sons, friends, and students. Their story is not only about crime, it is about the consequences of suspicion, the danger of misinformation, and the shadows that fall when a community loses control. Their memory remains a call for fairness, humanity, and truth. Like and subscribe for more.